So I'm Cherisse Scott, founder and CEO of Sister Reach in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, I was initially afraid when I found out I was pregnant. Once I realized that the person I was in a relationship with at that time did not want me to have the baby, I was already looking forward to, figuring out where I could go, at the very least, to have an abortion. There's this myth that, Planned Parenthood folks stand on corners and lure you in, but that's not true. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know about a Planned Parenthood, right? So I looked into the yellow pages, need an abortion, call us. I called. I was met there by an older white woman who was very welcoming and inviting, and I let her know what I was there for. She said that, she had me go sit in a room and let me know that she'd be in a little bit to talk to me about the choice that I made. She asked a series of questions, first of all, that I thought were a bit offensive. She asked me, was I on welfare? And I was like, no. She asked me, was I low income? Was I, what type of employment did I have? I worked full time. I was a paralegal at the time. So she tried to talk me out of having an abortion and talk me into having an adoption procedure where I would just be able to, they would walk me through this process. They'd be with me through the whole situation. They could, give me an opportunity to meet with parents and all of this kind of thing. And it was just, I think I just kind of felt a bit overwhelmed in that moment because that's just not what I was there for. And so when she realized that I was getting agitated, she just, told me that I could sit there. She wanted to show me a video so I could learn more about the procedure that I was trying to get. And so for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so, I sat through procedure after procedure after procedure of babies' heads being crushed and animations of what that looked like, what happens to a woman, her reaction when she's having an abortion. These were things that I was shown. And then after that, she comes in and she asked me again if I want to have an abortion. And I was like, that was scary, but yes. And so she's like, well, let me have you, I'm going to have you talk to another colleague of mine. And so then she sent in this, maybe 30-something-year-old Black woman who was then able to talk to me about her, situation with she and her husband and this whole kind of fantasy world that I was not living. By the time the Black woman got through talking to me, I was like, look, am I at an abortion clinic or not? Because that's what I came here for. And so she's like, well, no, this isn't an abortion clinic. I was like, well, okay, well, I've been here for quite some time. This is the day I took off of work to be here. And so if I'm not getting an abortion, what's going on? Oh, well, we can send you, we're going to send you to have an ultrasound done, and they can give you more information about, your pregnancy. And so then I'm like, okay, so you don't do them here. Okay. And so then they sent me to this clinic, way up on the north side. I thought I was finally going to get the abortion. I didn't have any reason to believe I wasn't at a clinic. And, and I thought it was my turn. So the nurse told me when I got the ultrasound that I was about 12, 13 weeks pregnant, and that if I had an abortion, it would cause me to have my uterus perforated and I wouldn't be able to have any children. By the time I got through the second procedure of going through an ultrasound and this woman telling me that I might not be able to ever have a kid and me asking her, okay, so I'm good. I want to have an abortion. Oh, we don't do abortions here, honey. I just was like, so where the hell am I? I thought that this is what I was coming for. I was actually so pissed off. I got up, I put my clothes on as quickly as I could, and I got out of there because I felt so betrayed. But by that same token, that had given them enough time to plant enough seeds in my head. And the biggest seed was I was not going to be able to have another kid. For me, that was the deal breaker. I didn't realize that was a lie. I did not realize that I had been tricked. Whatever. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew that I was going to get an abortion. I had made my decision. I was quite clear that this was the best decision for me. And I did not have any idea that I would be walking into somewhat of an ambush, that I would, walk into something where I would be tricked into, and not only tricked, but somewhat shamed and manipulated into making a decision that I did not want to make. I didn't realize that I was being conned, but obviously I was being conned.